Hunter's Yoshin review, Yabare. I had a very fun time at the red carpet of this movie. Thank you very much for the invitation. I took a lot of selfies with the stars and it was very nice. Very fun time. That actress is so beautiful. Ten lavare, ten lavare, ten lavare. I'm gonna go straight into what is good and interesting about this movie. The story and the characters. This is a gangsters movie where you have a very old Godfather type of central gangster leader die at the beginning of the movie, and the rest of the gangster families are to decide what is going to happen to this organized crime that they have. The main characters being Daniel Lat, who is the son of the dead Godfather gangster leader, Tun, who becomes the protector of Daniel Lat and later on the enemy, and Sai Long, who wants to stay away from these conflicts and is not interested in being the leader of all gangsters, but he eventually gets entangled into this plot because of the mistakes and the actions of the other characters. Nalede. I think that the right way to watch this movie is to be thinking nalede about the characters as they go through the movie. In Daniel Ladd, we see this youngster that is trying to prove himself and that is trying to become the leader that his father was, but he tries to do it so fast that it just doesn't work. He does not understand that he needs the experience in order to lead, and he thinks that he can do everything better and gain the trust of everybody else quickly without doing the hard work. Tae-tung makes the mistake of not being honest with Daniel and not telling him about the affair that he has with Darlie. If he would have confronted Daniel and solved the situation man to man, front to front, instead of sneaking up in a hotel, well, perhaps all of these problems that later happened would not have happened. And Sai Long, who in the movie becomes a father and is very excited about the baby that he's gonna have and the family that he's gonna get to raise, well, he should have been more strategic and less emotional. His emotions get him hot-headed, and that is what makes him get into this fight between the gangsters. Because in reality, he didn't need to be in this fight. He didn't need to get into the war between the gangsters. But he did because he let emotion get in his head instead of using his head for reason. So the way that I see this movie being entertaining is by you as the audience constantly asking yourself, is this character right? Could he have done something different? Is the situation that he's in the right one? Could they have done something else in order to not get into so much trouble? That's what I think is fun about this movie, because there's so many characters and they're all connected, and the plot goes a certain way, but as the audience, you are free to ask yourself if a character is right or wrong, if they're choosing the right thing, the wrong thing, if they are too stupid, if they're too smart. I don't know. You decide. There's a big secret at the end of the movie that is actually shown at the very beginning of the movie. I am curious to see how many of you people can see the end of the movie at the beginning, because the movie shows you. But if you're not careful, you may just dismiss it and you're not gonna see it. But you will, of course, understand at the end. The action was pretty nice, I gotta say. A few times is not super great, but for the most part, the action scenes are better than your average Myanmar movie. There has been some comments online that this movie is the same thing as other movies that are also called Hunter. But just to clarify, I've been told by the directors and the producers that that is not the case. This is an original movie with an original story. It's just that the English name Hunters, it has been used in a lot of movies. So I just wanted to clarify that. Nobody uses the English title of the movie, but they still put it there. A very strong message in this movie is that no matter how much money we have, how fancy our clothes, and how amazing we look in the rest of society, we will still suffer the same things that everybody else does as a human being. Because the characters in this movie, they're all very wealthy. They're all very successful in their own, gangster, crime, whatever. I mean, we see Ceylon, he has a huge construction business. Which there's so many construction companies in Myanmar. Are some of them gangsters? I don't know. But the thing is, no matter how much money anybody has, you're still going to be affected by the death of people that you love, by tragedies that happen to you. You can still get a heart attack and fall because you get too angry or too worried. Or you can still get beat up if somebody, decides that you are to be eliminated. We are all susceptible. We are all at risk, no matter how much power or money we have. And that is a very strong theme that is carried throughout this movie. The story is very good, and the characters are plenty, and they are always competing and messing around with each other, which gives the plot a good flow. But I would say the cinematography, the camera angles, it needs to be a little bit better, and the acting could be improved quite a bit. And I understand that some of the actors in this movie are very young. This is among their first movies and they are getting the hang of it. So good plot, interesting themes, the cinematography and the acting a little bit low. If you're looking for a movie that it's a bit complicated and has a very long plot and you want to see a lot of characters conflicting with each other, then this is the movie for you. Jesus de Mare, Tata.
没有不带走拿来着。
啊呜。